Welcome to Ethanol Producer Magazine's top headlines from the past week. I'm your host, Jacob Norderman. Before we get started, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Iowa Economic Development Authority. Iowa is the best place for establishing biochemical production facilities for 3 reasons. The first is that the U.S. Department of Agriculture said Iowa's renewable chemical production tax credit is the strongest incentive for the biochemical industry. The second is that Iowa is home to more than 50 bioprocessing sites. And the third is that Iowa is a center of academic research into biochemicals. To learn more about why Iowa is the best place for biochemical production, visit iowaeconomicdevelopment.com/bioproducts. The U.S. Grains Council has announced China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs posted a notice on its website indicating that the country will again allow U.S. distillers dried grains with solubles, or DDGS, to be imported without charging an 11% value-added tax, or VAT. According to the USGC, the move could potentially impact global DDGS market dynamics for the better. Last January, China announced it would begin anti-dumping and countervailing investigations related to U.S. DDGS exports. Those cases resulted in duties applied to U.S. DDGS and the end of an ongoing exemption from paying the VAT. The USGC explains that the combination of the duties and VAT made U.S. DDGS exports less competitive, affecting market prices and export flows globally. While the VAT has been removed, the USGC noted that the anti-dumping and countervailing duties remain. In other trade news, the Renewable Fuels Association, Growth Energy, and U.S. Grains Council sent a letter to U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer asking him to suspend Brazil's designated country status under the Generalized System of Preferences, which is a preferential tariff system that eliminates duties on thousands of products when imported from one of 120 designated beneficiary countries and territories. The group said that the given protectionist and market-distorting actions Brazil took in implementing a tariff rate quota that affects imports of U.S. ethanol and the country's obligations under 19 U.S. Code 2462, they believe that Brazil is no longer eligible for GSP trade benefits. The Renewable Fuels Association has announced nearly 90% of new 2018 model year vehicles have been explicitly approved by the manufacturer to use E15. That is up from last year when approximately 81% of model year 2017 vehicles were formally approved by automakers to use the fuel blend. The RFA estimates that approximately 34% of the estimated 235 million cars, trucks, and SUVs on the road today are clearly approved by the automaker for the use of E15. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more of the ethanol industry's top stories.